Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. So let me guess, went over to a buddy's house last night, saw a four-wheeler sitting in his yard, been sitting there for a while. Well, you and your friend exchanged a little bit of money, and all of a sudden it's in your garage the next morning. So now what do? Well, it's a simple process you can go through to evaluate if it's really worth saving or not. Chances are it probably is. So what are the signs you need to look for to let it guide you through this roadmap to get it running again? The absolute first thing you need to do is go ahead and change the oil in it. And when you're doing this, really pay attention to what's coming out of it, and hopefully maybe it has a magnetic drain plug. That's going to give you an indication as to, well, what's going on inside of that engine. Now, as you're doing this, do more than just change the oil. Go ahead and replace the oil filter as well. Believe me, we've got plenty of oil filters in stock, so I guarantee you we've got one for your unit. And if you need a little help figuring out how to do it, well, chances are we've probably done an oil change video on that particular unit as well. If not, well, send us a message. Maybe we'll get that on our playlist. Next thing you need to consider and look at is the fuel system. Well, just unscrew the gas cap and just take a smell. I mean, if it smells like turpentine, you're going to have some work to do. Now, whether it be a carburetor or a fuel injector, guess what? We also have how-to videos on that topic as well. Now, if it turns out that your fuel system does need to be cleaned out and you have a fuel injection system, we have a tool from Motion Pro that can actually do that. So come check out our site, find the adapter that's going to work for your situation, and we'll get it shipped out to you. Now, if yours is a carbureted unit, well, then we have kits already packaged up and ready to go that have all the pieces that are typically replaced in a gummed up carburetor. Makes life a lot easier. Now we want to look at the electrical system. One of the best tools you can use to do this is a digital voltmeter. And if you need one, believe me, we've got plenty in stock. Also, as you're going through, you want to do a visual inspection of the wiring harness itself. Now, if it's been stored in a barn, well, you're going to need to really take a hard visual look at the wiring harness, because chances are something has been chewing on it. And the last thing you want to do is put in a brand new battery on a damaged wiring harness. Now, while you're doing that inspection of the wiring harness, that is a great time to multitask and just look over the condition of the frame. You want to look for any areas where there's paint missing, like it's been chipped off. That is usually an indicator that the frame has been bent. You also need to look at your suspension components, the control arms, the knuckles, the steering controls. Does the steering have any play in it? All those little movements that you feel in your garage, they're going to be amplified out on the trail. And the last thing you want to do is have a machine that's hard to control at 40 plus miles an hour in the woods. Not a good idea. Now, if you've acquired a motorcycle instead, and it doesn't matter if it's on or off-road, there's a couple of other things you're going to need to look at, and that's going to be the forks. You want to see if they're loose or leaking or actually have a smooth fluid feel to them. The same applies for the rear shock, whatever type system the machine is using. Now, if you suspect that the frame has been tweaked, that's when you get out the tape measure. Go ahead and do some cross measurements to see just how far out of whack it is. Can a frame withstand just a little bit of a tweak and still be used on the trail? Yes, but there's a point where it becomes dangerous and you do need to replace the frame. The last thing we really need to look at is going to be the wheels and the bearings. The best way to do this is to actually lift the entire machine up. That way you've got easy access to rock the wheels back and forth, make sure the bearings aren't completely worn out. And at that point, you really need to take a very close look at the condition of the tires. I mean, are they completely bald? And you also want to look at the sidewalls on the inside and the outside, and what you're looking for is any cracking that has actually happened. If that is occurring, well, that means the rubber is old and it's starting to break down, and it will fail on you. Now, as we're talking about tires, if you happen to be looking at a motorcycle, you have an advantage there, because motorcycle tires actually have a manufacturing date stamped into the side of them. That's going to be a very clear indication if you need to go ahead and get those off the machine, so you'll be safe either out on the trail or on the road. Here at Partzilla.com, we are dedicated to fixing it up, getting it running, and then keeping it running. So whatever help you need, come to us. That is what we are here for. Listen, we just want to say thank you for shopping here with us at Partzilla.com. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below, and we're going to find out the answer for you. Now, if you like what you see, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can keep up with whatever I'm working on next. Just want to say thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day.